is because the mounting hole for the bottom plate is really rusty. So I'm just using a tap to chase these threads to clean the threads out so the screw can go in easily. Which is kind of weird because the center hole is rusty, but these outer two holes are not. So let's spray a little WD-40 up in there. Screw that in. Pull it back out, and hopefully this screw will screw in easily. Let's see. Yeah, this is coming out easy. Look at all this rust. And these are brand new bags, but you know, it don't tell me how long they sit around. You see that? You know what? Let me spray a little WD-40 up in there. Maybe rinse this out a little bit. Let me show you what I've done. I've been hard at work. If you remember, I pulled out the wiring for my old stereo system. Well, my stereo system, not my old stereo system. I'm keeping the stereo system. Pulled out the old wiring. So I laid in some new wiring because I had some bad cable there. I also laid in the new wire for the air ride controller and routed all that to the trunk. Now, also, you may have saw me pull out my old amplifiers, and what I decided to do was remount my old amplifiers, go with a whole new power system, and since I'm gonna add an auxiliary battery, I need a way to feed my amplifiers, need a way to feed the compressors for the air ride, which is why you're here, so stay tuned, it's coming. So let me show you what I did. Okay, starting from the auxiliary battery, which is gonna be in the trunk, I put in power blocks here, and I have a separate power running all the way over to the relay here that will control the compressor. I also have wiring run from the distribution block here to my two amplifiers for the stereo. Now, what this relay will do, it'll kick on the compressors. And you see I already got my compressors mounted. I'm excited about that. And my air tanks, excited about that. And right here is the AccuAir controller. So this will control the distribution of the air coming from the compressors. So I wanted to keep all this modular, so this will go in the trunk and this will go where the spare was. And I'll run an air line from here into the controller, and from the controller it'll go to all four corners of the car. And so all I have left is to hook up my wiring for this, for the stereo. Everything's in the trunk, so once I put this in, plug in my RCA cables, plug in my remote on, and I'm done. Stereo will be done. The plumbing and the wiring for the air ride will be done, and all that's left is to get these airbags installed. And we're rolling. And I just got jumper cables ran up here to my power distribution block. This is my ground, my negative. This is my positive. We're not testing the amps, but we are going to test the compressors. And over here is the relay that controls the compressors. And I have this small little battery. And this is going to represent your key on. So when you turn your key on to auxiliary, or you start your car, you turn your key on, we're going to pretend that this is me turning the key on in the car. And when I turn the key on, it's going to click the relay. which will in turn run the compressors. So I got my key in my hand and I'm going to start it up. Now, this battery here is not running the compressors. It's coming from the auxiliary battery. And it's building pressure. Let me let you hear. So over here, we have a pressure switch. So when this reaches, I want to say, well, you know, I'm not going to guess. Hold on, I'll tell you. When this reaches 200 PSI, pounds per square inch, your tanks are full, it will shut the compressor off. So the compressors don't run all the time. Or you can turn your key off. And that's it. Easy peasy, yep. Paneasy lemon squeezy. Can't say yep and easy.